So in the last video, I spoke to you about investing in yourself, how to look at yourself not just as an employee, but also as a corporation. Like a corporation reinvests in itself to build its competencies for the future, to prepare for the future. Every single executive, every single working professional, entrepreneur, freelancer, I don't care what you're doing right now, or a student, you should be investing in yourself for the future. I think we're living in exciting times with e-learning and open source and so many other things that we can now design our own curriculum. You can now plan what sort of additional skills that you want to develop, what sort of certifications you might need for the future, and you can design your own learning curriculum. There's going to be one that is set by your college, school, or university, or your corporation, the company that you're working for, and the second is something that you pick for yourself. And sometimes the second is going to add so much value beyond your expectations. I'm sure you all must have watched a wonderful talk by Steve Jobs at Stanford University, which was titled "Stay Hungry, Stay Foolish," and in which Steve talked about dropping out from certain classes that he did not like, and dropping into classes like calligraphy, for example. And he accredited the fact that why Mac has beautiful fonts due to the fact that he learned calligraphy back in college. So you never know this whole process of exploration, how it's going to help you. You're in a position to design your own curriculum. You can be part of courses. I watched those videos and I completed that course. It's called the Harvard University's Justice course. It's for law students as they enter the university. I think it's Law 101. The course is called Justice. It had millions of hits across the world. And the whole experience of virtually being in that classroom was so exciting that you're learning the same thing that might be taught in the leading universities by some of the leading researchers across the world, free of cost, and many times offer a small amount of fee if you want a certificate. The exciting part here is these researchers, these thought leaders, these professors might have spent their entire lives researching about a subject, and that knowledge is now available to you through the internet, regardless of where you might be on this planet. You could be sitting in a village in Africa, or a village in India, or in the Himalayas, or in Seattle, San Francisco. It doesn't matter anymore. You now have access to the same resources. It's a more level playing ground than it was many years ago. And now it's down to us. Will you invest your online time in a more productive way, or will you go into the zombie zone of just scrolling through the nice, doctored, cherry-picked photographs of other people? So let's get back on track. When I say investing in yourself, here are some specific things that I have shared with you already, but I wanted to share with you this bullet-pointed list: courses, e-learning courses, executive courses. Now here's it. You could actually go sit inside a classroom, as I have done many times with the leading B schools in India and across the world, for a short 5-day program, 2-day programs. Some of them have been longer, 28-day programs, as in the one I did at IIM Lucknow and IIM Ahmedabad. Those are when you're sitting inside a classroom. Great experience. You get to meet people from different parts of the world, from different backgrounds. And for an entrepreneur and a speaker, and in the profession I am, it's really important to reinvigorate that desire to learn, of learning something new, and being in the company of this wonderful faculty in these institutes. E-learning, again, you can enroll with. There's so many platforms available that I want you to explore for yourself and find out which courses are right. You will need a higher self-discipline when it comes to e-learning, because a lot of people started, they enroll in these programs, but they never finish. That's including me at times. You need more self-discipline, but you find out what works best for you. If you're someone who can discipline yourself to come in an hour early to work every day, switch on your e-learning module through your iPad or your smartphone or whatever it is, if you're someone who can do that, complete it, get the certificate, build up that competency, fine, if that works for you. If you're someone who finds you would rather be in a real classroom, save up the money, find out the time, go attend that course, and I assure you it's going to be invaluable to you. Conferences, again, a wonderful tool. I attended the WCIT, World Conference of Information Technology, in association with NASSCOM in Hyderabad a couple of years back. And that was a phenomenal experience. We had C-level executives from some of the leading IT companies in the world. We had latest trends like robotics. The gentleman from Hanson Robotics was there, and so many other things. We had speakers on innovation, creativity, some very exciting speakers on the platform. very exciting peer group, loads of networking. Those 4 days were full of learning and networking. And I believe we should all think of conferences within your domain and conferences a little bit outside your domain, which indirectly add value to what you do. So go to Google, check out what's happening in your vicinity, or if your resources allow you to, if you have to fly to a different part of the world or to a different part of your country, do that, please. It's going to add value to what you're doing. Tools, devices, books, and material. Again, investing in yourself. What are the tools I need in order to build up this competency? What are the devices? What are the books? What are sort of the learning material? Set about some money, as just like you do for your insurance, for your life insurance. Because just like you do it for your life insurance, you should be doing something similar for your skill insurance, for your career insurance. Put aside some money. Spend some money on your health and fitness, please, on your grooming, on your health, on your fitness, so you're in top shape. You could have the best ideas in the world. You could be very well in a position to execute those ideas. But if you lack the vitality, the health, the energy, the persistence, the staying power that you require to go through them, you wouldn't be able to go very far. In other words, I'm asking you, as I shared before, to be your own learning and development department, right? Every major company has one, but I'm asking you to think of yourself as a corporation as well, not just an employee, not just serving somebody else's goals, but also someone who wants to add value to himself or herself. Therefore, think from that perspective. What are the skills of the future that you might need to develop right now in order to excel in these changing VUCA times? The image that you see on the screen right now would be common across India. And for viewers who are outside India, let me tell you this. The cinema industry in India was largely controlled by domestic, regional, local players. So a certain family in a certain city would own one cinema house and so on and so forth. They were all scattered, different ownership patterns, so on and so forth. Bollywood always has been a flourishing industry. So the content was always available. But cinema houses, the way they ran in this country, have gone some major change. The old model has crumbled and has died down. And the reason why I'm sharing this with you is not only individuals, but even organizations who do not invest in themselves die out. You can only milk what's working right now to a certain extent. But if you don't put money back into it, put new ideas back into it, strengthen it for the future, it's going to be wiped out in these changing times. So what you see on the screen is an image that will be common in very prestigious locations in all cities across the country. Old cinema houses which have now been demolished, pulled down to make way for real estate such as shopping malls and other places. Because it's a waste of real estate. They never bothered to upgrade themselves. They never bothered to reinvest. They never thought about upgrading their security, the comfort of the viewers, and those sort of things. Within that space, what you see on the screen right now is the stock price of a company that entered in the same space, showcasing exactly the same products, the same movies, Bollywood movies, coupled with a few Hollywood ones, but by and large Bollywood movies. The multiplex system, largely pioneered by a company called PVR, came into the scene. And if you see the stock price, I mean, if somebody put in money when this company was launched back in 2006 or even before that, they'd be a millionaire right now. If you put in a couple of $1,000 into this, you'd be a millionaire by now. That's the phenomenal growth. If you look at this chart, it's going straight up in the same space. So I think it's worth exploring this question. Both business models are showcasing the same movies to the same set of audience, and yet one is making more money than has ever been made in the entire sector. And I think it largely comes down to the things that I spoke about in the video before. The hackers' philosophy was not working. They thought they're complete, they're good, everything is working fine, no need to change it. The Kaizen philosophy was not working. The work in progress philosophy was not working. Or in the words of the professor that I was quoting before, these folks, Professor Dan Gilbert, these folks had come to a conclusion that they're done, their business model is perfect, and since Bollywood is churning out thousands of movies every year, they will never go out of business. But they were wrong, and time has proven them wrong. And I think the same risk is there for every individual. I don't care. Are you an solopreneur? Are you a photographer? Are you Are you a business person? Are you running a small restaurant or a cafe or whatever your business might be, or whatever your profession might be? Are you an IT engineer? What sort of job? Are you a teacher right now? Please understand that if you're not upgrading, you are at risk of being eliminated with faster, more efficient technologies coming in. In government jobs in India, some time ago, typing skills had a huge weightage. Guess what is replacing typing right now? Voice instruction. There are softwares available with 99% of accuracy. The speed at which I speak, the software will translate it into text. Please understand, we'll have to upgrade our skills to the next level than just doing routine, repetitive stuff. If you're someone who's making his or her living by doing routine work, repetitive work, simple low-level work, please take this video as a wake-up call to upgrade yourselves.